From Neural Newscast, this is Deep Dive, exploring the moments that shape today.
Welcome to Deep Dive. It is March 12th, 2026. Sometimes the most profound changes in history don't start with a grand battle or a royal decree, but with a simple, quiet walk.
On this day in 1930, Mahatma Gandhi stepped out from his ashram at Sabarmati to do exactly that. He began what we now know as the Salt March, a 385-kilometer trek to the coastal village of Dandi. It was a massive undertaking, both physically and politically.
That's remarkable, Frederick. It really is a story about the power of symbols. Gandhi wasn't just walking, he was defying the British salt tax. At the time, the British held a total monopoly on salt production in India. For the average worker, salt was a basic necessity that they were legally forbidden from collecting for themselves.
Exactly. By marching with 78 of his followers, known as satyagrahis, Gandhi turned a common mineral into a catalyst for national independence. Over the course of 24 days, that small group grew as thousands of people joined the procession. When he finally reached the Arabian Sea and picked up a handful of salty mud, he effectively broke the law and sparked a wave of civil disobedience that shook the foundations of the British Empire.
It showed the world that nonviolent resistance wasn't just a philosophy. It was a practical and devastatingly effective political tool. While that march was reshaping the map of the 20th century, several other figures who would leave their own marks on culture and politics were entering the world on this same date in later years.
Right. We have a trio of American icons celebrating birthdays today. First, born in 1946, is the incomparable Liza Minnelli. From her Oscar-winning turn in Cabaret to her work in The Sterile Cuckoo, she's one of the few performers to have won a Tony, an Oscar, and an Emmy. Her energy on stage is truly legendary.
And just 2 years after Liza, in 1948, the soulful voice of James Taylor arrived. His work, especially hits like Fire and Rain and You've Got a Friend, defined the singer-songwriter era of the 70s. He has this unique ability to weave personal vulnerability into universal folk rock classics.
Moving from the stage to the political arena, we also recognize Mitt Romney, born in 1947. Claire, you've followed his career quite closely, from his time as the governor of Massachusetts to being the 2012 Republican presidential nominee, and now serving as a United States Senator from Utah. He has been a steady, if often independent voice in American policy for decades.
He certainly has, Frederick. Whether it was his work on healthcare reform at the state level or his role in the Senate, he's a significant figure in modern political history. But before we finish our deep dive into March 12th, we have to look back even further to 1912 for our fact of the day.
This is where we find Juliette Gordon Low in Savannah, Georgia. With just 18 girls, she founded the Girl Scouts of the USA. She wanted to provide young women with opportunities for leadership and outdoor adventure at a time when those paths were often closed to them.
No way! 18 girls? It's incredible to think that those few girls in Georgia were the start of a movement that now boasts over 50 million members across 150 countries. It's one of the largest voluntary organizations for girls in the world. It's these stories of small beginnings leading to global movements that make the state so significant.
From the shores of Dandi to the meeting rooms of the Girl Scouts, today is a reminder of how collective action begins with a single person's vision. For more, visit us at deepdive.neuralnewscast.com. Deep Dive is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. Explore history every day on Neural Newscast.
This has been Deep Dive on Neural Newscast, exploring the moments that shape today.